look for the YouTube link. It's done, and we can start now. God's Power. Let's go with you first.
All right. Good day, everyone. I was able to fix the memorization of basic types yesterday, and that got matched. And I also assigned memorization of lists to myself, and I've been looking into that. And I should be wrapping up with the issue around. I should make it clear very soon. The issue around empty empty slots, right? Slots that don't have any slots. So I should be making a PR soon. So yeah, that's what
That's
I've been
great.
working.
You mentioned the first thing you mentioned was a PR that you merged because you fixed something and then you merged it. What was it?
Megalization of basic types, SSE.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear we got that working. So you finished that, and now you're going back to the empty slots processing, right?
Yeah, I should make a PR on that. And I also assigned megalization of lists. And that's really interesting. Something I'll work on as soon as I
Awesome.
make a PR on
Yeah.
handling empty
That makes a lot
slots.
of sense. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, I'm taking notes on that. Okay, then Martin is next.
Hey everyone. So I was able to I did a deep dive in the communication between consensus and execution. Maybe I'll do a write up about that, and then like what are the main calls that are in the responses. I also was able to finally get some calls going from our client to the execution client. So yeah, I just opened a PR with a lot of these changes. Yeah, so that's it. I guess I'll continue working on this stuff today.
That's awesome. I'm glad we're communicating with the execution client correctly. Akash.
Hello everyone. I'm still working on the P2P issue. There is some some argument. I'm getting some argument error. It's probably because of SSE and AF. So I'm communicating with Thomas on how to fix it.
Okay, yeah,
And,
let us
I
know
think
if we
I'll.
can help with that, like either putting the error in Telegram chat or if you have already, just ping us and we can start a sync for today or something like that. But that's awesome. What else? Are you just to make sure? Are you using the new version or the old version of the library? Because the new version has
Uh,
some things already coded, but not all of them.
I think the old version.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely sync on that then. Thank you. The next one is Tomas.
Yesterday, I was still trying to optimize process attestations. I managed to do some small optimization and uploaded a PR on that. After that, I was trying to produce some flame graphs. Later, with the help of Tomas, we found that some of the tools were having some problems related to submemory and excessive memory consumption. And so today, first, I'm gonna try to like use another library like Flambe. eFlame instead of Flambe, and try to produce some flame graphs. Also, I'll make some stable benchmark that doesn't start the whole application for the benchmark. Uh, and well, just in general, I'll try to optimize the process attestations to make it function in a reasonable time.
That's great. Yeah, I'll just give my update next because it's related to that. I've mostly been helping Mega yesterday. I was actually reviewing several peers, but after that, I've been helping Mega to try to get like a more comprehensive view of why or what are the specific parts where process attestation is being slow. Because we like right now we have a general idea of what's happening, but there's always better to have something like he mentioned, like flame grafts. We discovered that Lambda was using too much memory because it was trying to save the whole stack trace in there, and that's a problem when you have recursive calls of like a million elements one after the other. That's something that's not being correctly handled by the tool. It was consuming like 30 gigabytes of swap, which is something that we talked with a different colleague at Lambda, and he told us that it's a kind of a common issue that you start getting something called trashing, where you basically start like the program starts swapping all of the time, and instead of accessing everything it needs in memory, it basically needs to access something that it's in disk for any single variable, and that's orders of magnitude slower if it works at all. So now we are discarding FLAMB for now. Maybe we can use it afterwards, like after optimizing this, but I'm suspicious that it will never work with the kind of code that we have. So we are trying to use eFlame now, which is a predecessor, a more primitive one, but it might not have this problem. So we'll try to see how that goes. I basically got myself up to date with how to test these kind of things, because I was a little bit outdated. So thanks Mega for the help on that. And I will keep with that today and then review some more PRs. I think that the next one is Fernando.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. From my part, I keep adding the schemas to the containers. I am halfway down to that. Also, I am trying to figure out how will be the best way to encode bit lists when there are less than 1 byte. I have some issues with the tests that are not passing. So I am trying to see how will be the best way to do that. Yeah, that's for my part.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're perfectly good on yourself, but let me know if you need any help on that, like any pointers or whatever. And I think that that's it for the updates today. Do we have any final comments or questions?
I have a question. It's a bit unclear because there are two spec tests for SSE. There's the one that's static and the one that's generic. The one that is static contains mostly tests for containers. Then the one that is generic contains the ones for basic types, for uint, booleans, basic types. But then I think the consensus documentation says that bit vector and bit lists are not supported. So I don't want to, let me confirm. But then if it's not supported, how should we go about that?
That's actually a good point, and I'm not sure about it. I wasn't aware of it. Do you mean that bitlist and big vectors are not supported for merkleization specifically? Or for encoding or decoding?
For testing generally.
Hmm.
Okay, let me send it.
Yeah, please do so. Because it sounds like something we should look into.
Yeah, that's weird because the generic test, the containers have some tests for bit lists and for bit vectors.
Unless maybe the thing is that they are inside of containers, but they are not in standalone tests. Like we are not testing encoding and decoding them outside of containers. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, the
Okay,
generic
look,
test.
I sent it. So I think it doesn't support basic list, complex list. It just supports bit vector and bit list. And
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. I'll take a definite a more thorough read on that, and I will get back to you on the specs discussion channel on the Telegram. That sound okay?
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for bringing this up. Let's have a chat on that later on. Okay, well, if we have nothing else, then I think that we can finish the daily for today. Thank you all for joining, and see you tomorrow.